Okay, here we go. This is a Martins Portuguese guitar, a kind of cittern, which I made one of a couple of years ago. It's very similar to this, and it belongs to the same person this belongs to. This is a Portuguese lead guitar, if you want to call it that, but it's actually a cittern. It has 12 strings. It's tuned in a kind of funny tuning, fourths and seconds, and I think 1/5. So we'll take a look at this. I have to do fretwork on it because over the body, because there's no adjustable truss rod, I cannot adjust it when the neck bends, and eventually you're gonna have to refret it and do a shave job on the fingerboard. So anyway, this is the way these instruments work. This is the tuning block, and that is what's called a Preston style tuner, and it has, you can see right here, these knobs which move hooks in and out, and the guitar string is looped over the hook. You have about 1 inch of movement to bring it up to pitch, and it's pretty challenging. So when you make the strings or fit them, you have to use a string winder for what's called a double loop end string. Typically you can take a string that already has, down at the fingerboard, you can see it, it already has a loop end string, fits over one of those pins, hitch pins. Then you use this to wind the other end exactly as well as you can when the hooks are flattened as much as possible, and you tune it up to pitch. And you can see it has a floating, typically bone or ivory bridge. And these have very thick fingerboards. That's about a 1/2 inch of ebony. And the arch is about a 10-inch radius. And it's 19-inch scale length between the nut and the bridge. And so what I'm going to do right now is get the notes so I can retune it once I have it fixed. See, it's quite a tuning. The instrument's interesting in that it has this sort of boat hull shape, like old citterns, and a lot of modern citterns have them. This appears to be made out of rosewood. The one I made was made from rosewood. And it's Coimbra style, which means two things. One is it has this shape for the peg head, and it has 19-inch string length instead of 18. Lisboa is 18, and it's the one that has the violin style volute. So anyway, I'm going to do this. The one I made, Bo Bledsoe plays, I made it for him. This belongs to him too. This particular one is a little hard to see it in there, but it's a Martins, made in Lisbon. Nice instrument. You can hear how it sounds to strum one. Right in here I need to lower those frets and then dress them up. So anyway, there's a bit of quite a bit actually of deflection of the top. You can see it if you look carefully. And that's one of the problems with these instruments. And when I built one, I put a brace here and a brace right here so that mine didn't deflect as much. This one has a brace here and a brace here, and in between it just dips down and it's caused cracking. And you can see there's a crack that I stabilized inside, and it goes way back. And then there's another fundamental crack right there, which is where the fingerboard block is actually separating from the body itself, and the same thing's true on the other side. You can kind of see there. And it's also got, unfortunately, 2 cracks. There's one right there and one in the exact opposite place. Let's see if I can see it. There it is, right in there. And these are just cracks in the finger, in the bodywood itself, the back. Okay, I'm going to get to work on it. See you later. Bye-bye.